Okay, I want to try and answer some of the questions I've had. Best thing is for a video, it answers a lot more. It's easier to describe. Picture says 1,000 words and all that. So I've got these runners in our van. We've got two sets of long runners. And you can see our van here. There's the cab. We've got there's the sliding door at the side here. Yeah, fridge and cupboard there. And then we've got these back seats here. You don't actually need windows. There's no legal requirement to have windows. There is a window in the door, but the kids can't actually see much out of it. So the depth of these runners here is about 40 millimeters. And you don't want these runners just sitting high in your van waiting to be tripped over or kicked. So I've got two sheets of 18mm ply, and you've got to be critical on your width, measuring out and cutting these slots. But basically, you're just cutting two slots in your ply. Measure one carefully. Use the first one then as a template for the second one. Screwed them together, covered them in sticky back. No, it's not sticky back. It's just floor vinyl, kitchen floor vinyl kind of thing. So it's not the best in the world. You can see there's a little bit of imperfection here. I see it's stapled down. Yeah, so that's the runners. You can see I put a table base there. So here's our table here with the top in, and the usual pole thing that fits in. Not ended up using that very much because these seats are actually quite low. I mean, it's how low they are in an Espace, but they do end up being very low. And the standard table pole is quite high, so we tend to eat around here in our other area at the back here. That fits much better. So how do they work? So inside the long runner, you've actually got two of these things in here, this part. And there's a bar at the front and the back, or back and front, depending which way around you look at it. So there's two of those in each one. So there's one here and then there's one here that this chair is clicked in. And I'll try and show you on this seat here. What is it you need to do? So there's the seat, the Espace seat with the integral seat belt. This lever here will fold the chair forward. And there we go. So that's folded forward. Cup holders in there. And then this handle here, there's also another thing to pull at the back there, will lift the chair up. So you can actually, this is quite easy. I'm going to do it probably this one-handed. There you go. That's gone red to show it's not clicked in properly. And I think I can now, excuse me, lift this whole seat up. There we go, it'll roll forward. Okay. Now if you look here, so you can see the front, there's these two brackets which clip onto there. And then at the back, they've disappeared now. It's quite clever, they hide when you roll the chair. Worst video in the world, sorry, struggling to hold and film. There we go. As you fold the seat up, they tuck out the way. So when you put it on your garage floor or wherever, it doesn't damage the floor. And as you roll the seat back, they unfold, ready to click in place. It's quite a chunky thing. Now it's gone green, so you know it's properly in place. Let's put that up. When the seat's in place, you've actually got a bit of freedom to move. Not a huge amount, because obviously you've got another seat there, but there's a handle, just your standard kind of slidey. So I'll just try and show you. So there you go, slide it forward, slide it back, usual way. You can actually see that these two seats here aren't quite level, so we could move this one back. Yeah, they're not quite level there. What else do I need to say? So short runners. The short runners basically are the same, but there. And I think you do get a bit of movement in the short runners, but only like a couple of inches. These long runners are really quite versatile. You can see we've got three seats. These two rear facing, one front facing. They could turn around, be front facing. This one here, we could move to here. We have two front facing. It's quite clever. The permutations are almost limitless. Hopefully that's answered some of the questions. Oh, underneath the van, so I actually took this to a garage. Not that it did anything clever, but there's these holes here. There's 8 holes in each long runner. Now they've only used 4. They've just put these big bolts in, and there's quite a large washer, and the same underneath the body. They've just used washers, perhaps I don't know, inch, maybe inch and a half, possibly even 2 inches diameter, and they said that's sufficient. They do fit. I mean, we took it to somewhere that does class 5, I think, MOTs, which means they have to check seatbelt anchorage points in things like this, I believe. So you might want to check that. But I was a bit sceptical. I thought they need to put spreader plates underneath the van. I know some people have done that on their homemade ones all the way across. They've just put fat washers underneath. This is an Iveco Daily, so it's not a monocoque construction. It has a separate chassis, steel chassis, and then the floor is just kind of a corrugated steel thing. But they've said it's sufficient, so who am I to argue?